In this video, I'm going to give you 4 signs when you should not repair broken trust in a relationship. 4 signs to not repair trust in a broken relationship. Well, hello. My name is Danielle Brooks. I'm a woman over 50 who has been transformed by trauma. And on this channel, I offer refreshing words to help you turn your pain into power. I divorced after 19 years of an emotionally destructive marriage, and that was quite transformative for me. It led me to uncover the roots of deep trauma within my soul, and I documented my healing journey along the way. So this week, I watched a video on one of my favorite channels featuring one of my favorite content creators, Lisa Turkhurst, on the Proverbs 31 YouTube channel, their segment called Therapy and Theology. And in that video, they were discussing the signs when you should repair broken trust in a relationship. And so it made me think about when I was faced with that very dilemma and the signs when I realized I could not repair the trust in a broken relationship. And so I want to share those with you today. Number 1, there is a lack of accountability. When you have been aggrieved and you are victim to whatever kind of abuse or indiscretion, and it comes to light, the other party must take some accountability, I believe, for there to be any hope of restoring the relationship, creating a healthy environment where we can move forward. In my case, my former spouse refused to take any kind of accountability. He was making excuses for his behavior, only admitting to partial things, and then I would find out other information later. I was made to feel like I was simply looking for ways to catch him, but I always found something because I can't catch you if you're not doing anything wrong, right? And also I was made to feel like I was just cold-hearted, and everything except taking accountability. I could just go on and on. But the number 1 sign where I believe trust cannot be repaired is when there is a lack of accountability. Number 2, there is an extraordinary level of the depth of broken trust, whether it's over a period of time, the quantity of things, or the severity of things. Let me explain. In my case, it will sound like, girl, why couldn't you see it? But it was over time. I tell you, it can be sneaky when you're dealing with broken trust and you want to give somebody a second chance. But for me, it was over a decade or more of lies, half-truths, alternative facts. Honey, it just was so many things. Financial deceit. There was infidelity, and just general at the end, I was just disrespected. And so when I was looking at some of those moments individually, we would try to work through things, but the behavior never changed. And so as I look back over time, when I was kind of, as I say, waking up and coming out of that sleepwalking phase and facing the reality that my marriage might be ending, I had to look at the scope and depth of the emotional pain. And it was just layer upon layer in all these different categories where there had not been any accountability. So again, when you have an extraordinary level and depth of broken trust, that is a sign that you just can't repair it. Number 3, there is a prolonged and marked impact on your psychological, emotional, and or physical health. Again, in my situation, that looked like sleep deprivation, whether that was from arguing and trying to figure out and hear his case and side of the story. Severe sleep deprivation was happening under the guise of trying to work it out and for this other party to be heard. Again, mind you, I'm the one that's being damaged. I had an inability to focus at work. In roles where I had been a top performer and able to do a multitude of things, I found that my capacity was just diminished in my life to do things that I had been able to do with ease before. I began to be unsure of my reality, and that played into my mind because I'm trying to understand what he's saying, what really happened. Did that really happen? Did I make it up? Again, all of that was messing with me mentally and emotionally. Mental exhaustion. I had signs of anxiety almost to the point where, I was going to my primary care provider. I remember she wanted to prescribe me a anxiety medication, and I actually got the prescription. I think I may have taken it for a couple of days, and I think that's when I began to start waking up like, what, now you on medication? Like what is really happening? What's really going on? But when you have, again, these multiple signs of this prolonged impact from this other party that is impacting you physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, I just believe that is a sign that repair cannot happen when you are in that state of duress. You're just not able to think clearly and make wise decisions. And number 4, the inability to trust yourself. Again, when you look at all of those things, or really any one of those things, you begin to question yourself, or you may have such a diminished capacity mentally or emotionally that you're unable to trust your own judgment. So if you can't trust yourself, I can't begin to repair trust with this party who is continuing to damage me. So those are my 4 signs. And I have a bonus that I want to offer you in thinking about this. I was in an environment in a Christian setting where, the mantra was fight for your marriage and believe the best, cover your spouse, and pray and believe God for change. And so it really boxed me into some black or white thinking around what next steps could even be. But the bonus I'll give you in that is a sign, I would say, the truth that I had, that I could have empathy for what that person had gone through, what type of trauma they may have experienced that caused them to make certain choices, but that I was not obligated to continue to be the recipient of the collateral damage from those choices in that unhealed version of him. And that was a revelation for me that led me to, kind of snap out of it and, lovingly release him to do whatever he needed to do to get well, but also to free myself to get healthy and to recognize, again, that we're not even at a point of thinking about repairing trust. We can't get healthy together. And so that truth, that it didn't make me a mean person. It wasn't like he's bad, I'm good. This was about fighting for my survival and getting to a place where I could thrive. And so I just offer you those 4 signs that I believe trust cannot be repaired in that situation where there is a lack of accountability, where there is an extraordinary level in the depth of broken trust, whether it's time, quantity, or severity. Number 3, there is a prolonged impact on your psychological, emotional, and or physical health. Number 4, you have an inability to even trust yourself, trust your judgment. You are a shell of yourself. You cannot make rational decisions when you are not in your best mental capacity. And again, that bonus, there are many pathways that are, healthy and well, that may look like divorce, that may look like a separation, that may not fit neatly into packages that society might have you believe in certain settings, and that is okay. It is okay to have empathy and to part ways for the sake of your well-being, and wish that person well and health over there so you can heal and live and thrive over here. Well, that is all I wanted to share with you today. If you enjoyed this conversation and want to join in, please leave me a comment below. I welcome any feedback you have, or which one of these resonated with you. If there is something that you would add to my list, please let me know. I'd love to hear about it. And if this resonated, again, I invite you to subscribe or share this video. I will be updating or uploading a new video weekly. And so I thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the comments. Remember, I'm a woman transformed by trauma, offering you refreshing words to turn your pain into power. Take care.